morning football news and transfers. Yeah, it's match day, guys. We have a couple of interesting games to be played today, and this weekend actually is going to be really fascinating and interesting. So, let's get on with it, guys. Today we have two watch-alongs we are doing. The first one is the Tottenham Hotspur game against Brighton and Hove Albion at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And the second game is one of the biggest game of the weekend, by the way. The game between Chelsea versus Manchester United at Stamford Bridge. Yeah, these are the games we have today. We are doing live watch along for. Then tomorrow we have the Premier League final. Manchester City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. Now, this game, it's been a very long time we watched something like this in terms of the importance of the game, and it came at the right time towards the tail end of the season. Arsenal are 6 points ahead of Man City. They are playing at the Etihad. City has one game in hand, so it's really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to that game. Honestly, yes. Even as a neutral fan, I'm just a football fan that loves football, so I'm really looking towards that game to see how the outcome of the game will be. But I already did my predictions yesterday, so you guys can check it out. And you know my predictions for all the games, the 5 games I picked in the Premier League this weekend. Yeah, Edwin, welcome back. Edwin says it's the first. Yeah, you were the first person to be on the live. Messi says, "What's up, Noble? I'm going to Banik Ostrava match. What time is it? Is it morning or afternoon game?" Edwin says, "Hello, Noble. How was your day going?" Yeah, my day is going amazing, my bro. It's going amazing. I can't complain. How about you? Hope you're having a great day. Messi says, "What is your prediction for the Banik Ostrava Bohemians Prague?" You guys are struggling at the moment, fighting for relegation, so it's really a difficult one. But I would say, man, that's tough. That's tough. But I would say you guys will lose 2-1. Yeah, that's just what I can see, because any team struggling for relegation battle, the confidence usually is low. Except maybe if they get one win, they can have a morale booster to go into the next games. But you guys lost the last one, right? So it's going to be difficult. Yeah, guys, like I said, it's match day in the Premier League. We have lots of interesting games. Tottenham are fighting for relegation, and I think that game is going to be very difficult for them. They are playing against Brighton. Now, De Zerbi, I had high hopes for him in that first game against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. They lost that game 1-0. Cuti Romero is out, the captain of the team. I really don't know where Spurs are going to get the confidence to win that game, because I expected a new manager bounce last weekend, but I just couldn't see the fight and the desire from the Tottenham Hotspur team. And the coach made a comment after that game that the players are actually scared. They are scared of getting relegated, and that has to do with the mind. So he has to do all he can as the head coach or manager of the team, whichever one you choose to call it, to give them that confidence. Come on, boys. You don't need to worry about this relegation. Let's fight it to the last day of the season. But if they can get 3 wins, I think they will make it out of that zone. Messi says Baniko Saba match at 3 p.m., but it's not near, so we will ride soon. Okay, bro, going have good day. All right, BJ. How many hours away is it from your house? Millie Muski says hello. Millie, I think this is your first time on the channel, so let us know where you're connecting from. Millie Muski. Millie says, "Am you getting relegated? Because I can't spell it." Come on, bro. Man United will not get relegated. That's for sure. Yeah, we are chasing Champions League places, and you're talking about relegation. Come on, bro. Which team do you support, guys? For those who are just joining the channel, do let us know the team you support and where you're connecting from. Milimuski says she's connecting. I don't know if he's a lady or a male. He's connecting from England. All right. Ashif says, bro, which team will win the UCL? I've said this for months now, and I'll still maintain the same answer. In my opinion, I would say Bayern. Bayern have always been the favorites to win the Champions League for me. Yeah, I've said this for about 3 months now. They are the favorites to win it, and they are playing the semi-final against PSG. Now, this semi-final is going to be one of the best in recent years because these two teams are, in my opinion, currently the best teams in the world right now. But I still think Bayern will edge through to the finals of the Champions League. Yeah. PSG didn't start the season very well, but Bayern started the season with the same intensity and level they are currently playing with now. So it's not like Bayern all of a sudden started playing well. Yeah, it's not that. They've been playing fantastic since the season began. Olise, like I said, this season he's better than Yamal. He's the best winger in the world right now, Michael Olise. And Harry Kane is the best striker. So let's see who edges it. But I definitely think that Bayern will edge PSG and go to the finals of the Champions League. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy one, but for sure, Bayern is getting to the Champions League, and for me, they will win it. Millie says, you won't like me if I tell you. Tell me what exactly, Millie Muski. Ashif says, you should start a podcast. Well, I'm just focused on doing the football content that I do. It's because football is something I really have strong passion for. Yeah, it's been ages I've been watching football, so I just want to focus on the football I'm doing. Lloyd says Arsenal already beat Bayern this season very easily. Yes, Arsenal, and I think that was the only game they lost in the Champions League, right? Yeah. Arsenal has not lost any game in the Champions League, but look at how terrible Arsenal performances have been in the last couple of weeks. So, I wouldn't say very easily. Yeah, the scoreline didn't really depict the total match, right? Arsenal won 3-1. And that was strictly when Arsenal was doing their whole set piece. Honestly, yeah, that for me didn't change my opinion on the Bayern team. Yeah, sincerely. It didn't change my opinion on the Bayern team, and I still maintain that opinion since then up to this very moment. I think Bayern is the best team in the world right now. PSG is amazing, but I think Bayern is top. Milimuski says, what team I support? Yeah, which team do you support, Mili? Pitizewski says, hey Nabu, there is crazy match in Portugal, Sporting vs Benfica. Who do you think will win? I think the last time Sporting played Benfica was a draw, right? Yeah, Mourinho and Sporting. Mourinho Sporting. I think it will be a 3-2 win for Benfica against Sporting. Yeah, that's my prediction. It will be a 3-2. Ashif says, football-based podcast. Okay. Alright, I'll definitely look into that or have a thought about that. Yeah, but I've not really sat down to think about doing a football podcast. Seth Rugen says, hi Nobo. Yeah, Jansen, it's been a very long time. It's been weeks, if not up to a month. We last had you on the channel. Welcome back, Jansen. Millie says, alright, I'll tell you, but don't like, make fun. It's DCFC. Which club is DCFC? Me says, hello, brother. I think Gyökeres will make a surprise at Etihad, at least 3-1 away. My prediction was a 3-1, right? And you're giving an opposite of that. It's very much possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. But yeah, the possibility of Arsenal doing it at the Emirates, honestly, I doubt it, because Arsenal at the Emirates, they don't have a good result there. Yeah, I think it's been 7 or 8 years, or possibly 9, since Arsenal last won at the Emirates. So the Emirates is not an easy ground for the Gunners to go to. Yeah. Nobrega says, hey brother. Nobrega, welcome. It's your first time of having you on the channel, so let us know where you're connecting from and the team you support. Ronaldo or Messi from Nobrega? It's definitely Ronaldo. I'm a big Ronaldo fan, so 100% I'm going for Cristiano Ronaldo ahead of Lionel Messi. But Messi is a legend of the game. For me, I call him the second GOAT. Ronaldo is the first, Messi is the second. Pitizuski says, Noble, are you sure, because Benfica are playing away? It's going to be a tough match. It's just mainly because of Jose, that experience. Sporting is still top of the league, right? I don't know if it's Sporting or... I think it's Sporting that is topping the league. But anyways, it's the Porto game or the Benfica game against each other with Sporting. It's always a very, very tough match in Portugal. Tofil Grigorian says, me play FIFA 14. Like, you play FIFA 2014? That's like PS... Is it PS2? I think that should be PS2. Ashif says, Arsenal vs Atletico will be fun. Haram ball versus haram ball. Yeah, I saw a couple of funny memes on Instagram as regards that match. And I know it's funny, right? But I'm really not looking... I'm not gassed up about that game, honestly. Yeah, I'm not gassed up about that Arsenal game, because I see it as a game that is going to be very boring. And yeah, I have a feeling that Arsenal, it depends on what their performances and the results will be this weekend, right? Because if they get knocked out, if they get the loss tomorrow against Man City, it's definitely going to affect them mentally going into the Champions League semi-finals, because the morale will be down, the confidence low. Yeah, but if they can win Manchester City tomorrow, which in my opinion is very difficult. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. And I predicted the Man City win, because City at the moment are balling. They won 2-0 against Arsenal, 4-0 against Liverpool, and 3-0 against Chelsea. In their last 4 matches, right? They've played these 3 big teams, and their results were crazy. So I think, City are going to defeat Arsenal, except a miracle happens for Arsenal, honestly. Me says, I respect Manchester United to chase City down, brother. Now, Man United have already played Man City in both legs. We lost the first leg Was it 3-0 and won the second leg 2-0. So it was more or less a 50-50 for both teams this season. The both Manchester teams. First leg under under Amorim, 3-0. The second leg under second leg under Michael Carrick was a 2-0 victory for Man United. So we are done with City for now. The only games left for Man United to play in terms of big teams are Chelsea, Liverpool. Yeah, we've already played Arsenal. We've played Tottenham the second leg. Tottenham, I no longer count them as a big team, by the way. Yeah, it's just Chelsea that are playing today and Liverpool for, I think, in a couple of weeks to come. Falah says, who is going to play today? Man United is playing at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. That's 8 p.m. UK time. Then we have Tottenham Hotspur against Brighton. I'll be doing 2 watch-alongs tonight. The Tottenham game and the Manchester United game against Chelsea. So these are the 2 games I'm doing today. Tomorrow, I'm also doing 2 games as well. Everton versus Liverpool and the biggest game of the season, Manchester City against Arsenal. So these are going to be interesting games for us to do watch-alongs for. So those who are yet to join us for live watch-along, yeah, you're going to find it very, very fascinating and interesting. Me says, Nico O'Reilly injured. I think Arsenal will have the upper grabs in Etihad. O'Reilly injured. I thought I saw a news, was it late evening yesterday, that said O'Reilly is going to be available. Yeah, I know he's a big plus to the City team recently, right? But yeah, Pep can always get someone to replace him and still do the job. That's how fantastic Pep Guardiola is. David Chumney says, think my boys might bottle the league. Winning at the Etihad is so difficult with our attacking issues. Yeah, the main problem for Arsenal this season has been their attack. What has kept Arsenal top of the league the whole season has been their defense. Arsenal's attack is one of the worst. Yeah, it's Arsenal's attack this season is one of the worst. There is no Arsenal player that is in the top 3 or top 4. Let me say either top 3 or top 4 of players that have scored lots of goals and assists this season. No Arsenal player is there. You have the likes of Erling Haaland, Igor Thiago. I think Joao Pedro is there. Who else? Antoine Semenyo is also very. I don't think there's any Arsenal player that has more goals than Semenyo. So it's a very tough one for Arsenal. Defensively, Arsenal is solid, but attacking wise, yeah, Arsenal has not been doing well in terms of attack. Anthony the Goat says, yo, Noble. Yeah, Anthony the Goat, welcome back, bro. Sisu Salmela says hi. Sisu Salmela, where are you connecting from and which football team do you support? Pituzinski says, Noble, Porto is still on top, 5 points in front of Sporting, but Sporting has extra game. Okay, Porto are top of the league. Okay. I thought it was Sporting that was top of the league, by the way. That's good for your team there. I know you are a Porto man. Me says, I calculated the overall games if they win the whole game. 82 for City, 88 for Arsenal. That is tomorrow's game inclusive, right? Yeah, whoever wins tomorrow's game is very much likely to win the league because Arsenal are currently 6 points ahead of City, right? If they win that game tomorrow against Man City, it's going to be 9 points. And if City, the other way around, if they win Arsenal, it's going to be 3 points behind Arsenal. And Man City has 1 game in hand. So if they can win that 1 game in hand, they go same points with Arsenal. So it has to be who scores the highest goals gets to win the Premier League. Yeah, so I think at this point, like you said, it's a title decider, me, and I said it in my preview. I made a preview video that I posted a couple of hours ago. Yeah, I said it's a title decider game. So whoever wins it goes on to win the Premier League. Sisu Salmela, have you subscribed to the channel already? Anthony says Barcelona, Real Madrid and Real Betis out of European football. Yeah, they were all knocked out. Kevin Gostard says hi. Kevin, where are you connecting from? Kevin Gostard, where are you connecting from, brother? And which football team do you support? David Chumney says Gyökeres was not an upgrade on Havertz. Yeah, Havertz has, Gyökeres has got a couple of goals, right? But overall, in terms of his performances, I would say I've not been impressed fully with him. Because he is one striker I was looking at Man United getting. Yeah, when Amorim was still there, and because of the fact that, yeah, Amorim was his coach at Sporting. So I expected that relationship and understanding to be there for him to come to Old Trafford. But he chose Arsenal because of Champions League football. Yeah, and he's not really been as explosive as I would have wanted him to be, or other fans as well would have wanted him to be, because last season he was scoring high in Portugal and we expected, okay, if he gets to the Premier League, he will give us something similar, right? But most times he looks low of confidence. But one thing he's very good at is when he's in front of goal, he's very clinical. But his overall performance in the game, sometimes he's lacking in that. Falal says, do you like my new photo? Is that a Ronaldo photo, Falal? Zadama says, you Onana. Do I look like Andre Onana, bro? Come on. You are referring me to... you are saying I look like like the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen. Onana, come on, bro. Pituzinski says Porto have been top for like the whole season. Yeah, the problem is I don't follow Portuguese league. Yeah, I don't follow Portuguese league. It's just the Premier League, La Liga. For Italian league, it's been a while I watched the Italian league. Yeah. Then French league once in a while. I follow the German league often than I do with the Italian and French league. Zadama, where are you connecting from? Rachel Davis says, it's my birthday today. Can I have a shout out? Alright, shout out to Rachel Davis. Happy birthday to you, sis. Let's wish Rachel Davis a happy birthday in the chat, guys. It's her birthday. Let's wish her a happy birthday. Joshua out says, hey, Joshua, where are you connecting from? Dennis Backham says, this Sunday we are beating Manchester City 1 Harambo nil. I don't understand. Is that an opposite of what you're saying? You said you guys are beating Manchester City 1-0. And you gave Man City 1, gave Harambo nil. So, which team do you support? Are you a Man City fan? Are you a Man City fan or an Arsenal fan? Which one are you? Me says, what's your feeling after that loss 2-1 against Leeds? Yeah, that game against Leeds was very, very terrible, especially the first half. That was the worst first half I've seen under Michael Carrick. The team were just so lazy. They couldn't chase the ball. They were just so flat in that first half. It was even after the red card. I don't know if they just woke up from their slumber and they were like, oh guys, we're actually playing a football match, and they started to perform. And I was like, what is wrong with these guys? You guys had 24 days of football for the club, and you came back. This is what you had to give to the fans at Old Trafford, losing to Leeds the first time since 1981. That's 45 years. Now that game was very, very shocking and terrible. I'm looking for uh I'm looking for a response from the team and Michael Carrick for that Chelsea game tonight. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. UK time. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. UK time tonight. Me says, but Gyökeres against Spurs in the Emirates, the performances can make one unexpected miracle again. Yes, that game, I would say that Tottenham game was Gyökeres' best game I've watched him since his move to Arsenal. The same thing with Eberechi Eze. The both of them had fantastic game that day. And that was the best game I've watched the both of them play. Pituzuski says Noble Gyökeres is okay, but who decides to give him the number 14? The number 9 was occupied by Gabriel Jesus, so he felt going for Thierry Henry's iconic number was going to do justice to his career at Arsenal. But so far, it's not been rosy for him. But he's got decent return in terms of total goals in all competitions. Yoon Yoon says, hello, bro. Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too, brother. My favorite football club is Manchester United. FFTK says, I think Villa are third this weekend. Villa is playing... Which team is Villa playing this weekend? I think Villa also have a very tough game this weekend. Let me check the team. I don't know if it's... No, they are not playing Forest. Forest is playing Burnley. Let me get the fixture for Villa. Villa also have a very tough fixture, but United has a tougher fixture. Let me see. Aston Villa this weekend. Who are they playing? Yeah, let me see the fixture for Aston Villa. Yeah, Aston Villa Sunderland is not an easy one for Villa. Sunderland is one wicked team you just don't want to play. Yeah, they are very, very tenacious. So both teams are going to fight for the third place. Man United, Villa, yeah, they are going to fight for the third place. Rivers Ned says, Man City finna beat your 2-0. Okay, you're saying Man City is going to beat Arsenal 2-0. It's very much likely because City's attack is top, and Czechia at the moment is on a very, very good run of form. Semenyo as well. And I don't see Ben White getting the best out of Doku. Yeah, Doku is going to cause problems for Ben White. If Timber was there, I would have gone, okay, Timber can do a decent job against Jeremy Doku. Because defensively, for me, Timber is better than Ben White. And even going forward, Timber is better than Ben White. Ben White's game has dropped drastically. Pituzuski says Porto got knocked out of Europa League but still won all our respect. Yeah, Porto performed really well. I watched that game on Thursday. Yeah, Porto performed really well. Even having gone one man down in the first half, they performed strongly, created lots of chances. I think Porto hit the bar twice in that game. So you guys performed really well. I watched the game against Forest. Gary Chaplin says Manchester City will win the Premier League. They will, because Arsenal have done so bad since they won in the Champions League quarterfinals. Yeah. This game between Man City and Arsenal tomorrow is the title decider. Any team that wins it definitely goes on to win the Premier League. But I think Man City stand a very, very strong chance of winning that game against Arsenal, because if you look at the last 5 games for Arsenal, they've lost 4 and won just, is it 4? They lost Man City 2-0, lost Southampton 2-1, lost Bournemouth 2-1, and okay, they played draw in their last game and won 1 game in Porto. So in their last 5 games, Arsenal has lost 3, drawn 1, and lost 1. And won 1. So it's not a good record for a team that wants to win quadruple, which they ended up bottling, and they went on to talk about a double. It's not a good form. That's very much likely a relegation form, because out of your last 5 games, you've only got 1 win, 3 losses, 1 draw. It looks like relegation form. Pituzinski says 2-1 Southampton, by the way. All right. Me says Gyökeres, the handsome version of Thierry Henry, brother. Yeah, Gyökeres is nowhere near Thierry Henry, but I get your point. He's the handsome version of Thierry Henry. One thing Gyökeres, he still has a lot to prove in the Premier League. Sincerely, he still has a lot to prove. Phoenix Caliber says, how is it going, bro? What's your United team for tonight? No Euro, no Martinez, no Maguire, Papa Ute. Papa Ute. The Man United defense. Yeah, we have a defensive crisis at Man United. Yeah, it suffices to say that we have a very, very big problem when it comes to our defense. Euro, and the news that came out yesterday from Samuel Locust is that he's very much likely to be out for the rest of the season. And that is not looking good. Honestly, it's not looking good. So, I honestly, at this point, I really don't know. But yeah, I know Euro has not been performing well. The game against Leeds, he was not good in that game. Yeah, but man, looking at who else will play in that defense, the only name that comes up to my head is Fredrickson. That's the only defender that we have, and he's an academy player. Fredrickson is the only one that will come in place for Lenny Yoro. So it's going to be a tough one. I'm not perturbed about Aiden Heaven, because Heaven has performed in so many big games this season. Yeah, I think maybe he had 1 or 2 games off the whole season he's played. He's played about 13 or 14 Premier League games this season. So, yeah, but it's Fredrickson. Fredrickson, for me, is not physical enough. Yeah, he's not physical enough. I don't know if Carrick is going to use Ugarte to play as the central defender to pair Aiden Heaven, because when we got a red card last week, on Monday, when we got a red card against Leeds United, Ugarte dropped deeper to play the central defense with Lenny Yoro, and he even played better there, because in the midfield, Ugarte was rubbish. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to see Ugarte in that game, because most times when Ugarte starts games for us, we struggle or lose the game. So I honestly do not want to see Ugarte there. So I would rather we play with 2 left-footed defenders. That's Aiden Heaven and Luke Shaw. The both of them should play that central defense. Let Mazraoui play left back. I think that would be the best option, because I wouldn't want to have Mazraoui as one of the centre backs to pair Aiden Heaven. Yeah, I would rather have Mazraoui play as left back, Luke Shaw and Aiden Heaven, because Fredrickson for me is not physical enough. Yeah. Me says Gary Chaplin, Manchester City also had 50-50 worst and good performance. Same goes to Arsenal. I can see Arteta's offense have a progress improvise. Now, a recent form for City is much better than the Arsenal one. Yeah, Arsenal's recent form, like I said, in their last 5 games, they've won just 1 game, drawn 1 as well, and lost 3. That's not good for a team that is fighting for the Premier League. Samuel Matignetti says, bullshit 2-2. Is it the Man City Arsenal game you're saying 2-2? Me says, I think Fulham will pull off a 2-0 versus Brentford. Man, Brentford are good, bro. Brentford are good. So it's going to be a tough game. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a tough game for that Brentford game. Honestly. Brentford Fulham, it's going to be tough. I think, I think I would go for a Brentford win, honestly. Teresa Harris says, morning, Noble. Yeah, morning to you too, Teresa Harris. I hope you're good. Gary says, I know I said Man City would win the Premier League. I do respect Man United, but they have done so bad since 2025 in Europa League, and also Arsenal fans are just so cocky and stupid. Honestly, Man City. Everyone is going for Man City to win the Premier League at this point because the track record has been there for Arsenal bottling the league at this tail end of the season. When it all matters, everything just crumbles for Arsenal. Always in April, they find it very difficult. Ending of March, getting into April, Arsenal always struggle. I don't know why. And I think it's more of a mental thing for Arsenal players and the coach. Pituzuski says, my prediction, Chelsea 1, Man United 3, Chelsea red card. Ooh. My prediction was a 3-2 win. Whichever scoreline it is, I just want Man United to win the game. If it turns out to be a 2-0 victory for Man United, 3-1, 4-1, 3-2, whatever. But I just want Man United to win to secure Champions League place for next season. Because that loss to Leeds United didn't do us any good at all. Yeah, it didn't do us any good. Samuel Martignetti says 2-2 Chelsea United. Yeah, a couple of people have been predicting draw for that game. It might be a draw, but I think there's going to be a win in that football match. Samuel says, wish me luck. I'm playing top of the table for my team this morning. Alright, Samuel, I wish you good luck. I don't know the position you play, but hopefully you score for your team and your team gets the win. Me says, at Gary Chaplin, level yourself as a cocky City Oilers. Alex says, funny FC. Alex, welcome back. Me says, me with Manchester United victory, brother. I think Man United can get the victory today against Chelsea at the Bridge. But let's see how it turns out to be. Shahez Adi Shaikh says, my nephew is really happy when you say his name, Sarim Ali Khan. Alright. Welcome to the channel, brother. And for those who are just joining, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel, guys. Anthony says, can I time you out? Just wondering if it would work or not. Anthony the good. Welcome back. What's your prediction for the weekend games, Anthony? The Man City Arsenal game, Man United against Chelsea at the Bridge. Let us know what your predictions are. Keys says, what's up, bro? I'm doing amazing, Keys. How about you? Hope you're good. We have a couple of news to go through. Cole Palmer with his comments. I'm going to go through that, by the way, what Cole Palmer had to say. his interview. Shahez says Lee Khan. All right, Shahez. Shahez, have you subscribed already? Samuel says I subscribed. Also, I play center back. Okay, yeah, that's also my favorite position to play football. I wish you success. Yeah, center backs do score goals, so I wish you goals and also for your team to win. Me says Aston Villa at the same point with Manchester United, brother. Yeah, it's just the goals difference. United has more goals than Villa. Villa will be playing Sunderland at Villa Park. Man United will be playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So these games are tough. United need the 3 points to get comfortable in that third. Villa also need the 3 points to go to be sure that they are getting Champions League football next season. Ruben Pausa says, who is your favorite player in the world? Right now, it's Bruno Fernandes. But in general, football total, in history, it's definitely Cristiano Ronaldo. Samuel says, I think Chelsea will be 1-0 up and then United will score 2 and then we will equalize. Okay, you're a Chelsea man, all right. One thing I know for sure is it's going to be a thrilling match. That game is going to be very, very interesting. So let's see how it turns out to be. Yeah, this weekend is fully packed with very interesting games. And I hope to see you guys in the watch along, guys, later today and also tomorrow. Southern Girl says, okay, they love emoji. Southern Girl, I've seen you on the channel before. I'm trying to remember where you said you're from. Southern Girl, is it from the US? Because I'm trying to, yeah. But I know I've seen you on the channel before. The city or where you're from is where I'm trying to get my head around. Tyler says, yo, Nobo, remember me? Yes, I remember Tyler. Tyler, welcome back. Me says, honestly, brother, Nico O'Reilly can only score header tap-ins versus Arsenal, brother. Not only that, Nico O'Reilly is a very, very fantastic player. Yeah, he's one of Man City's best players this season. The kid is balling. Yeah, he's balling. Anthony says, football is kind of dying, not gonna lie. I think we are going to see better football next season. I have a very strong feeling. Yeah, especially in the Premier League, some football games are getting boring, and I don't like it. Tesosuli says, hello, my friend. Glory, glory, Man United. Yeah, bro, glory, glory, Man United. Forever. Gary Chaplin says, no, United will win 3-2 against Chelsea. And that's my exact prediction, 3-2 win for Man United. NUFC says hi. NUFC, nice to have you on the channel. Southern Girl says, yes, United States, Tennessee. Is it Memphis? Is it Memphis, Tennessee? Tyler says, I think Man United will win versus Chelsea. They are not in their form. Yeah, Chelsea hasn't scored a goal in the Premier League in their last 3 games. Yeah, they have not scored a goal and it's not a good record. Tyler says, I'm going to say 2-0 Man United win. Okay. Tyler says, I'm now downloading FIFA 22 and play with Ronaldo in the Man United. Me says, do you think Cristiano Ronaldo will go back to Manchester United before the World Cup? Nah, he doesn't need to come back to Man United. He's earning lots of money in Saudi Arabia. Why would he come back to United? Yeah, the second coming for Ronaldo wasn't a good one at Man United, so he should just enjoy his money. If he wants to retire, he should probably go to Sporting. That would be a perfect story. It ended where it all began. That's going to be the caption of his return to Sporting. Navneet Mishra says hi. Navneet Mishra, welcome back. One Field Food Order says hi. One Field, where are you connecting from? Stefan says, remember me, he had cancer. I don't know if you were joking or what. This guy, you're back again. It's James says, do you think Spurs are winning? Honestly, at this point, I don't have confidence in the Spurs team. Yeah. The players themselves don't even have confidence in themselves. So it's a tough one for Spurs fans generally. And I think they are at this point very much likely to get relegated. When De Zerbi signed, I said that Spurs are going to survive. But that game I watched over the weekend last week, that was very bad. Their game against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light was very shocking. Stefan says it's cured. Alright, good for you, brother. Yeah, it's good for you, brother. It's James says, do you think Tottenham are getting 3 points today? I'll be doing a live watch along for that Tottenham game against Brighton at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Hopefully your fans get behind you to galvanize the team to get all the 3 points, because you guys need those 3 points. Very, very, very important. One field food order says, then, alright, who is this unknown name? Phoenix Caliber says, which players would you take from Spurs? It's just one guy I need from Spurs, and he's not currently playing for Spurs. He's on loan, and that's Luka Vuskovic. That's the only player I need from Spurs. Every other player, I don't need that. I don't need them. It's just Luka Vuskovic, who is on loan in Germany, that I need from Spurs. I need him because Man United need very good defenders. Victim says Spurs will be relegated and Frank Lampard's team coming to EPL. Yeah, Coventry City played 1-1 draw against Blackburn yesterday, and they've qualified for the Premier League. And it's been ages we last saw Coventry City in the Premier League. I think it's been over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. It's been ages. So, huge congratulations to Frank Lampard for qualifying Coventry City to the Premier League. And they are, at this point, 11 points ahead of, is it Ipswich that is second? So, they will very much likely win the championship. They've gotten the qualification to the Premier League as well. So, huge congratulations to my Frank Lampard. James says Pedro Porro is decent. Now, Pedro Porro, for me, he cannot defend. So, I don't need him at Man United. He gives me an Arnold vibe, right? But Arnold does more attacking than Pedro Porro. And Porro doesn't know how to defend. So, I don't need Pedro Porro at Man United. Like I said, it's only one player that I'll pick from Spurs, and that is Luka Vuskovic, that young defender. I think he's about 19 or 20 years. That's the only person I would pick. Anthony says, Kuwan definitely have some beef with BJ Army. Why do you say that? Lucas Osulich says, Ronaldo or Messi? Definitely Ronaldo. I'm a Ronaldo guy. I'm a big Ronaldo fan. For sure. Conrad Boy says, do you support Man United? Yeah, bro. You can see from my away jersey, I support Man United. And also Real Madrid. These are the two teams I support in Europe. Thomas Muller Messi says, how are you? Who is it, Thomas Muller Messi? Recently, you guys have been changing names. Okay, is it a cool one? Oh, cool one. Because saying I own Messi, I remember when they were having that conversation. Lucas Osulit says Guardiola. Okay, you're a Guardiola fan. Alex says, I hope we start winning again. Yeah, very, very important. We need to go on a winning streak. Very, very important. Victim says, bro, you heard about the Hugo Ekitike injury? That's dangerous. Yeah, bro. You see, in football, there are 3 injuries that are very, very wicked. You see ACL, anterior cruciate ligament injury. You see Achilles injury, and also knee injury. These 3 injuries, They are career killers. Honestly, if a player gets these three injuries like twice or three times in their career, they just have to forget about football. If that person plays football at the top level again, that person was really, really blessed by God. Yeah, because those injuries are wicked injuries, honestly. King Brian Kim says Casemiro. Yeah, Casemiro has been crucial for Man United. He's been scoring very, very important goals. And he always knows how to score Chelsea. So I'm looking forward for that Casa goal tonight against Chelsea, honestly. Maguire, Casemiro, they always know how to score against Chelsea. So I'm really looking forward to that. Guys, let's get the likes up to 20. We are currently on 18 likes. So if you're just joining, get the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. King Brian says Manchester United vs Chelsea today at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. That's 2 hours away. Which country are you from? King Brian. I don't know if you're in the Netherlands, because I think it's Netherlands that it's about 2 hours away from the UK. King Brian, which country are you connecting from? You said the Man United game is 10 p.m. in your country. So I guess you might be in the eastern part of Europe or around the Netherlands area. Lucas MP Dritch says Gavadio 20 years old. I think Gavadio should be up to 21 now. Yeah, he's injured. I like Gavadio. He's a very, very decent player. Centre back, left back. I think most of his career at City has been as a left back, but he had injury earlier on in the season. Phoenix Caliber says, would you take Kamavinga? I can see him going City if Rodri goes the other way, which could make Anderson available. Either way, we should be in for Eduardo. Nah, I wouldn't want Man United to go for Kamavinga. Yeah, mainly because of two reasons. Number one, his game has actually dropped from what it used to be a couple of years ago. Then two, his injury records are very, 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 very bad. Yeah, his injury records are very, very bad. Honestly. Guys, I need you guys to give me 2 minutes. I need to pick this call. It's very, very important. It's a business call. I have to pick it. So, guys, just give me 2 minutes to answer this call. Yo guys, I'm sorry about that. I had to pick that business call. It was very very important. Sorry for the break in transmission. Okay, let me get back to the chat because I see we have a couple of chats. Lucas says, "Do you like Modric?" Yeah, Modric is one of my favorite midfielders of all time. I'm a big fan of Luka Modric, and his longevity in the game needs to be studied. Yeah, Modric he's been a long time in the game, honestly. Phoenix says Premier League or UCL, pick one back camp. Tyler says at Dennis Bergkamp, Man City is gonna win you tomorrow. Dennis Bergkamp says I saved all the bottles from earlier of the season for the tears when we win it. Dennis Bergkamp, now I'm going to ask you this question and I need an answer. A very, very sincere answer. Do you really believe Manchester City will lose to Arsenal at the Etihad tomorrow? Like, I need a very, very, very honest answer. Dennis Bergkamp. Do you think Arsenal can actually beat Man City at the Etihad tomorrow? I need an honest answer. Tyler says Phoenix, they are not winning. Okay. Dennis says, did you get the job? Are you referring to me? No, it was a business call. Yeah, it was a business call. There was something there was a business I was looking at to go through, and I'm very, very much happy it went through. Yeah, that was a business call that I just got. It's James says, bye, I'm going now. Alright, James, do have an amazing day, brother. I hope to see you back for the watch along. Kaiba says, what do you think, which team will win the Champions League? For me, it's Bayern. I've already said this for a long time. I'm going for Bayern to win the Champions League. They are, in my opinion, the best team at the moment. Yeah, they are. Jazix says, donated $100. Alright, Jazix, thank you very much. The channel, hopefully in a couple of weeks, will get to the threshold to receive donations from football fans to support the channel. Yeah, thank you very much. Tyler says, Dennis Bergkamp, just dream about winning it. You guys will not win this year. They have PSG, Bayern, Atletico Madrid. Who is this guy spamming the chat? Daniel says, bro, Paris Saint-Germain and UCL. PSG didn't start the season amazingly, but they did similar thing last season, right? They didn't start well, and they just started the knockout stages with Liverpool, bam, 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 and they went straight up to win the Champions League last season. But I think this time around is going to be different because Bayern is definitely a very, very big problem for them. But let's see what happens. Tyler says UCL, Arsenal is not going to win the UCL and Premier League also. I think Arsenal has blown their chances away in terms of the Premier League because their recent performances have been very poor. So that loss to Bournemouth was a very, very painful one for Arsenal fans. Very painful because their fans never expected that they would lose that game. And they had to lose it at home at the Emirates. That is not good. Honestly, that is not looking good for Arsenal. Shahem says no. No to what exactly, Shahem? Fatmat of let me see. Fatmata Fofana says no. Fofana, are you from Ivory Coast? Bonsoir. Okay, it's bonjour. Bonjour, Fofana. Dennis Bergkamp says yes, because our defense is elite. Defense wins championship. Yes, I know that according to Jose Mourinho and lots of top managers have said this, that your defense wins you the league. In as much as your defense wins you the league, your attack also needs to be firing. Now, you might not be the highest goal scorers in terms of the total league goals scored, right? If other teams are scoring like 5-0 to win games, 6-0, 6-1, and you just win 2-0, you're on a very, very good position to go on to win the league. You don't have to score 5 goals or 7 goals. You just have to concede less goals, outscore your opponent. So if you can win 2-0, that's a good one. If you can win 3-1, that's a good one. If you can win 1-0, 2-0, 1-0, 2-0, this way you can actually talk about going on to winning that championship or the league. But at this point, that Arsenal's attack is not firing. It is a very big problem. Not only that, the whole team's performances have been very poor. Look at how Arsenal performed against Porto in both legs. As an Arsenal fan, are you happy with that sort of performance? These are the things that other rival fans are talking about, that some of you will see it, oh, these guys are just being jealous, or they are just hating on Arsenal. But that's not the case. Daniel says, no, Paris, bro. PSG is good. Yeah, PSG are really, really good, but I still go with Bayern. I'm not changing my stance on Bayern. Sincerely, I'm not changing it. I still think Bayern are the best team right now. Yeah, I still think so. Whoa, there are lots of chats here. Emil FC says, sorry, I've been sick. Oh, sorry, my bro. I hope you're getting better now, Emil FC. Yeah, it's been a long time. He's one of my big Liverpool fans. Yeah, he's one of the steady Liverpool fans on the channel. Emil FC, I hope you're feeling better now, brother. Divine says hi. Divine, welcome. I think it's your first time here as well. Thomas says, Daniel Gans, are you French? Cristiano Ronaldo says 15 UCL greater than 5 UCL. I see a Ronaldo fan in the chat. All right. Cristiano says Hala Madrid and nothing else. Yeah, Hala Madrid. Yeah, Madrid. I was very, very much impressed with Madrid's performance against Bayern in the semi-final second leg. Yeah, King Brian says Bayern vs PSG. Yeah, that is one game every football fan in the world will be looking forward to. That game, that semi-final. Yeah, if Arsenal was going to be playing the same day as Bayern PSG, I definitely wouldn't watch that Arsenal game. Yeah, but yeah, UEFA definitely did one on Wednesday, the other one on Tuesday, so it's perfect. We can relax and comfortably watch the Bayern game against PSG. Then the next day, I think we'll watch the other fixture. So it's better that way. Tyler says, bro, PSG vs Bayern Munich is gonna be fire, but I'm supporting PSG, but I think Bayern would win. Yeah. That Madrid game against Bayern at the Allianz Arena was it on Wednesday? Yeah, that game on Wednesday. For me, it's the best game I've watched in the Champions League this season. So I think the Bayern PSG one might beat the Madrid Bayern game. So let's see. But I always love to watch football games that are fascinating and interesting. That's the reason we love football. You get end-to-end game, not just one team sitting back. Nah. You attack me, I attack you. That's the beauty of football. Momo, okay, Momut says, bro. Momut, where are you connecting from? Me says, okay, brother, I will go study for examination. All right, me do have an amazing study. Tyler says, at Phoenix, bro, Real Madrid played well versus Bayern Munich. Yeah, that was Madrid's best performance this season. Honestly. Yeah, they lost that game. But, yeah, I was very, very impressed with the Madrid team. Guys, for those who are yet to subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And also, if you're yet to like the stream, give us a thumbs up, guys. Let's get the likes up to 40. We are currently on 24 likes. I want us to get the likes to 40, guys. So hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Burner by Drury says up the gills. Okay, banner. I thought it was burner. Okay, for those who are just joining, do let us know the country and city you're connecting from. Also, the football team you support. Ola says, Chomeni red card messed up the game. Yeah, that red card. Yeah, that red card was very, very bad. I was really, really upset with the referee in that game. Why would you just spoil a beautiful game we're all enjoying? That game was end to end. Madrid will score, Bayern will equalize. Madrid will score, Bayern will equalize. Just the beauty of football is just scoring goals. That's why I don't like or enjoy games when teams just sit back or getting to watch a game that is 0-0 or 1-0. Those games are boring. Honestly, very boring. Banner by Drury says, Gillingham fan here, not a good season from us, but hopefully next season will be better. Okay, which are you guys in League 1 or League 2? Tyler says, yeah, they lost, but they performed well. Yeah, the performance was amazing. Thomas Muller on Messi says, see you on stream tonight. Alright, cool one. See you on the stream. Like I said earlier on this stream, guys, I'll be doing a watch along for 2 games today. The first one is the Tottenham game against Brighton. That's going to be 5:30 p.m. UK time. Then the second game is the biggest game of the day, which is Chelsea versus Man United at Stamford Bridge. Yeah, I'm doing these 2 watch alongs today. Tomorrow, I'm doing 2 watch alongs as well. Everton against Liverpool at the Dickinson Stadium. And secondly, the final of the season, the final of the Premier League, Manchester City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. So these games are going to be amazing games. Yeah, they are going to be fantastic games. So let's see. Phoenix Caliber says, every time learn to spell. Okay. Guys, let's get the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's get it up. Have you read the papers? Do you hear what they say? Joyo says Brentford predicted. Okay, Brentford is playing. Is it Fulham? Yeah, I think Brentford can win that game. Yeah, because Thiago is on a good run of form. And I want Thiago to win the Golden Boot, not Erling Haaland. Yeah, I want Thiago to win it, not Haaland. Because Haaland this year has not been performing well. Aside, was it the Chelsea game that he scored a brace? Or okay, it was a Liverpool game that Haaland scored a hat-trick. Aside that game, Haaland 2026 has not been good. It was before January that he was scoring lots of goals. Banner by Drury says League 2 at the moment, but next season I think we will go up. Alright, brother. I wish your team qualify next season. Pakmin Gumja says, what you think of the outgoing for Man United and about today's match? For the outgoings, there are a couple of players I think United should let go. Right? Number 1, Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw needs to leave. He's overstayed his welcome. He's been at Man United since Louis van Gaal. It was actually Van Gaal that signed Luke Shaw. And Van Gaal came to United 2014. So Shaw has been at Man United for about 12 years now. 11 to 12 years, Shaw. I think he needs to leave. Secondly, Manu Gate. I don't want to see Manu Gate at Man United next season. I don't want to see him. Nah, I don't want to see him. Another person I want to leave is Tyro Malaysia. Yeah, I think he's overstayed his welcome as well. He was Eric Ten Hag's first signing. Yeah, I think Malaysia needs to leave. Another person I'm looking at is Joshua Zirkzee. Yeah, Zirkzee has not really done enough at Man United, so I think he should leave. Casemiro, by the way, is leaving. I would have loved him to stay 1 more year. Yeah, but Casa is leaving, so that's 5. Number 6, Mason Mount. Mason Mount needs to leave. Yeah, he needs to leave. I'm looking at Diogo Dalot or Mazraoui. So I will go for Diogo Dalot. Dalot needs to leave. We need a very, very good right back. Yeah, we need a very, very good right back. So these 7 players for me, they need to leave Man United at the end of the season. Very, very important. I'm not talking about those on loan. Those on loan should leave. Yeah, those senior players on loan, the likes of Rashford, Rasmus Højlund, who else? Yeah, the academy players can come back, right? But for those senior players who were on loan, I think they should remain there. Phoenix Caliber says, Chelsea prediction. I predicted a 3-2 win for Man United against Chelsea, and I'll still stand with that. Yes, I know Lenny Yoro got injured yesterday, and the news that came out was not looking decent. The news from Samuel Lockhart says Euro is very much likely to be out for the rest of the season, and that's not a good one. Joyo says, okay, Brentford prediction. I'm going for a Brentford win. Yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brentford win, because Brentford always score goals. Even games that they draw or lose, they score goals. So I'll go for 2-1 Brentford win against Fulham. Pat the Gamer says, do you know Northampton Town? Yes, I know Northampton Town. Holy Guaco says, Tyler, good boy, fooling yourself out. Falal says, do you like my new photo? Yeah, Falal. Okay, you changed. Yeah, it's now I even remember. Falal from UAE, Dubai, right? Yeah, you changed your profile picture. Yeah, I think this is better. I don't know if that is Varane or Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know. Phoenix Caliber says, always cracking fixture. Yeah, always, bro. Always. King Brian says, Rashford is Cam United. I don't understand. Now, I don't want Rashford back at Man United. I don't want him. Nah. Holy Guaco says, Tyler, good boy. English Lithuanian, welcome back, brother. English Lithuanian says, Chelsea probably win tonight. Let's see what happens. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. And if you're just joining the channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, guys. Let's get it up. I want us to get the likes to 40. Yeah, once we get the likes to 40, guys, then I'm ending the stream. So let's get the likes up to 40. We need 12 more likes. Guys, I want us to get the likes up to 40. Anthony the Ghost says, Messi, Suarez, Neymar, or Maldini, Stam, Nesta. I don't understand. Anthony the Goat, are you asking which one is best? These guys don't play the same position. They don't. Mohamed Faisal says, predictions for semi-final Champions League. The semi-finals, I will go with Bayern to qualify to the final. Then Atletico Madrid to qualify to the final to play against Bayern. Yeah, boys, it's going to be a well-contested semi-final between Bayern and PSG. Yeah, it's going to be a very tough one. Kiman Bryo says, Rashford team of United. Nah, I don't need Rashford anymore at Man United. I think he needs to leave. He's an academy boy, and yeah, I think he's done amazing for us. He's a legend of the club, no doubt about that, but I really do think that Marcus Rashford needs to leave Man United. He said he needed a new challenge. So let's oblige him with that new challenge, and I do wish him well in whichever club he plays for. Yeah. Guys, let's get the likes up. I want us to get the likes to 40. Let's get it up. Oliver Molly says, what's up? I'm doing amazing, Oliver. How about you? Holy Guaco says, Tyler, spell Phoenix right, and then I can say congratulations. What? What's up with you guys in the chat about spelling? English Lithuanian says, take the bottle and drink it. LOL. Yeah, I have to drink water because staying on the stream talking, I need to get some water into my system. Lawija says, long live Garnacho. It says, okay, Garnacho transfer team. Garnacho is struggling at Chelsea. Yeah, he made there was an interview I watched a couple of days ago. Yeah, and I felt for him. I'm like, oh, yeah, this kid. Previously he was being all cocky and rubbish, but I think he's learned his lesson. So I said in that interview that in the comment section of that interview, I said I just wish him well. Yeah, I do wish and hope he does well for sure. Guys, let's get the likes up. Oliver says, I'm doing great. All right, Oliver, nice to have you back. Guys, I'll be going live for the Spurs game later today. After that, we have the Man United game. So, for those who would love to join me for the live watch along, do indicate. And there is something I want us to do today. For those who will be interested, the Man United and Chelsea game, I will need us to get one Man United fan and one Chelsea fan that would love to join me for the live watch along today. Yeah, so if you're interested to join me for the watch along between Chelsea versus Man United at Stamford Bridge, do indicate in the comment section and I'll let you know how we'll go about it. Yeah, so guys, if you're interested to join me for the watch along, I want to get one Man United fan, one Arsenal fan, one Chelsea fan. Then for tomorrow game, Man City Arsenal, I will need to get one or two persons to join me on the stream as well. One Man City fan, one Arsenal fan. So if you know you're ready, let me know in the chat. Anthony the Ghost says, Phoenix make me. Holy Guaco says, Phoenix Caliber, do your research, buddy. Mila says 100, is that euros? Yeah, 100 euros. Milas, where are you connecting from? Falal says PSG will win. Yeah, I know you are not happy that Bayern knocked Madrid out, right? But let's see. Okay, yeah, you've been saying it. Yeah, you've been saying it since that day that PSG is going to win the game. But let's see how it turns out to be. By the way, let's see. Victim says, bro, have you ever seen clips of football from 1970, 60, like old football? They do not know how to build up a game and do passes. A single player literally dribble past the whole pitch. Yeah, football then and now are not the same. The game has actually changed. Yeah, the game has changed positively, I would say. Me says, brother, you can invite me as an Arsenal fan. All right. Okay, you want to join me tomorrow for the watch along? What will happen is add me on Instagram. Add me on Instagram, then I will send you the link to join. Yeah, I'll send you the link to join for the game tomorrow. Then for any Man United fan or Chelsea fan that will want to join me for the live watch along, also hit me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is nobles_view. Yeah, that's my Instagram handle. So you can add me up on Instagram and just tell me I'm an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea or Man United fan, or let's say a Man City fan, whichever one you are. Just let me know, and you want to be among those that will join for the live watch along. So if we can have 2 people or 3 people from one team, it's not a problem. I'll see how I can go about it. Maybe we can have 20 minutes in between. Mohamed Faisal says, do you think Arsenal will bottle the league? Honestly, I think they've already bottled it. That loss to Bournemouth was a very, very bad one for the Gunners. But they have a chance to salvage their season. The game tomorrow against Man City is a final, and that's a title decider. So whoever wins it will definitely go on to win the league. You can add me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is nobles_view. Yeah, anyone who is interested to join the watch along for Chelsea Man United today or the Arsenal game against Man City at the Etihad tomorrow, just hit me up on Instagram. Yeah, and we kick it off from there. Thailand says, do you think PSG is going to win it again? If they go past Bayern, then they are definitely going to do a back-to-back. But I doubt if they are going to beat Bayern. So I will go for Bayern to win the Champions League. Conor Gray says, yes, I love Man United. All right, Conor Gray. Nice to have you on the channel. What's your prediction for the Man United game today against Chelsea? Anthony says, now I'm top fan. Manuel says hi. Manuel, is that Manuel Neuer? Phoenix Caliber says, what's your Insta, bro? My Instagram is nobles_view. Yeah, that's my Instagram handle. Bats Plays. Yeah, hi, Noble from Bats Plays. Bats Plays, it's nice to have you back. Welcome back, Bats Plays. Guys, I want us to get the likes to 40 likes. We are currently on 28, so let's get the likes up to 40, guys. We have over 14 persons on the stream, so let's get it up to 40, guys. Let's get it up to 40. Manuel says 4-0. Which fixture are you calling 4-0, bro? Which fixture are you calling 4-0? Trouble they sleep. Iyanga go wake up. Bats Play says, are you a Man United fan? Of course. How are you asking me this question? You've been on the channel lots of times and you're asking me if I am a Man United fan. Come on, bro. Mohamed Faisal says, prediction for Man United Chelsea 1-1. Okay. Let's see. But I still would go for a Man United win against Chelsea. But let's see who gets it right. Holy Guaco says, Tyler, keep silencing yourself and behave like a good boy. What's going on in the chat? Bats Play says, come on United. Yeah, bro, United for life. Kimani Brayo says, 5-0 Man United won. Okay, very, very much likely to be the case. So let's see. Let's see. Toxic Eddie says, 3-0 for City against Arsenal game. Toxic Edit, are you being sarcastic at this point, or that's your honest assessment of the game? Toxic Edit. Anthony the Ghost says, Noble, are you Man United fan? Anthony, you've asked the question like lots of guys in the chat. Guys, 9 more likes to go. I want us to hit 40 likes, guys. Let's get to 40. I believe we can do it. So let's get the likes up to 40. Holy Guaco says it's crunching over. Manuel says Messi or Ronaldo. I'm definitely a big Ronaldo fan. So all day long I'm going for Cristiano Ronaldo. Anthony says, I think Noble is secret Spurs fan. Hell no, bro. Gaming Otter Play says, how do you feel about Luton Town? Luton Town. I think you guys were in the Premier League 2 seasons ago or 3. Yeah. You guys didn't survive the Premier League for long. Yeah, but Luton, I think they have a historical stadium, very, very small, like compact. It was, I think, there's a Man United Academy boy that played for you guys. Luton, this guy that has hair. What's his name? There's this Man United player that, I've forgotten this boy's name. He plays, he's left-footed, he plays attack, he's a winger. I've forgotten that kid's name, honestly. Gaming Otter Play says yes. Alright. Mohammed Faisal says, are you still in China? Yes, brother, I'm still in China. Anthony says, Noble secretly actually liked Onana as a goalkeeper, just doesn't want to get hit for it. Onana for me is the worst goalkeeper I've ever seen since I started watching football for over 2 decades now. That guy he's shambolic. I don't even want to see him anywhere close to my club ever again. He should just remain in Turkey, or just from that loan at Trabzonspor, he should go elsewhere. I don't want to see Onana anywhere close to Man United. Anywhere close. That guy has done me dirty and United fans dirty. Andrew Higham says, are you a United fan? Yeah, bro, you can see from my jersey, I'm a Man United fan. Which team do you support, Andrew? Guys, I said I want us to get the likes to 40. We are currently at 32 likes and I want to end the stream. So let's get the like to 40, guys. I want us to hit 40 likes. Let's get the likes up, guys. It's remaining 8 likes. So we have 13 people on the stream. If everyone hits the like button, I think we can get up to 40. Manuel says, nay, at Inter he was a god. Who is that? Nefa says, Hala Madrid. Yeah, Nefa, Hala Madrid. Phoenix says, convert Onana into a fullback. Bro, there is no position I would say that dude is going to play well, honestly. There is no position I would guarantee you that Andre Onana is going to perform well. I don't even know who sanctioned him or promoted him to be a footballer, because that guy, as a goalkeeper at Man United, he was terrible. Like, I don't want to be too harsh, but that bro was a terrible baller, honestly. Toxic Eddie says, Haaland will destroy Arsenal's defense and Arsenal will lose one-sidedly. Okay. Manuel says, Visa Barca. Alright, we have a new Barcelona fan in the chat. I have lots of Barcelona fans on my channel. Lots of them. Tyler says, Hala Madrid. Andrew says he's a Leeds United fan. Okay, you guys got the best out of us on Monday. And congrats to you guys. You lot have 36 points now. It's a decent one for Leeds. I think they will not get relegated. Yeah, they will not. Alex says, Onana destroyed Man United. Yeah, that guy made us to play to finish 15th last season. I can't forgive Onana for making Man United finish 15th last season. Any shot that comes to the post when Onana was in goal, that's definitely a goal. Definitely a goal. Onana, nah. He was terrible. He was a very, very bad baller. Me says, Toxic Edits, I'm an Arsenal fan. As I say, Gyökeres will pull a surprise 3-1 away. That's a strong take, by the way. It's a strong take, but it's very much possible because it's football. Yeah, but I don't think Arsenal will win Man City at the at Etihad, honestly. Andrew Hingham says, I support Leeds United. Yeah, I already saw that message. Whoa, there are many chats here. Who are the guys spamming? Mana Boss says, bad team Madrid. Nah, Madrid is not a bad team. Yeah, this season Madrid is terrible. I agree with that, but they are not a bad team. Aka Vortex says, what are your thoughts on Vini Jr. from Real Madrid vs Bayern? Vini didn't have the best of games, right? Yeah, he got that assist for Kylian Mbappe, but I wouldn't say he was fantastic. No, he was just average in that game. Same as Kylian Mbappe. The only player for me that was outstanding was Arda, and I would have given him the man of the match if Real Madrid had won that game. Yeah, Jude Bellingham played very well in that game as well. But the Madrid team as a group, they were fantastic in that game. Yeah. Mana Boss says, I love Barcelona. Alright. No problem. Phoenix says, current mods aren't doing their job. You need more moderators. I'll still review the moderators maybe in a couple of weeks or next month. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I will do that when the time comes. Sapphire says Manuel be googling Barcelona scores. Eka Vortex says Vinny's ego was just too much. He even told Bellingham to shut up, which made me annoyed. I honestly didn't see that in the game, but I saw a couple of people saying that on Instagram. Yeah, and I'm like, if Vinny said that, man, that is very, very bad of him to tell his teammate Jude that. Nah, it's very, very bad. And it goes on to tell you how disjointed the team are. Yeah, it's not looking good. Phoenix Caliban says, Nobu, do you like Star Wars? Yeah, I love Star Wars. I can't even remember the last time I watched it. Yeah, I love Star Wars. But it's been, I think it should be more than 10 years or 12 years I last watched Star Wars. It's been a very long time. I don't even know if they have any new seasons now. I don't know. Yeah, but the Star Wars I watched, yeah, it was fantastic. Mohamed Faisal says, thoughts of Lamine Yamal as Atletico? The kid did his best. He cannot kill himself. He scored a goal earlier on in the game, and the momentum for Barcelona was up. I think Ferran Torres got the second goal, and they were pushing to get a third goal that would actually get them through. Yeah, but Lookman just spoiled everything for them. So I would say Yamal did his best. Yeah, Lamine Yamal did his best. The kid is not going to kill himself. People are just putting lots of pressure. And himself, he's also putting a lot of pressure on himself. So that's just it. Guys, let's get the likes to 40. We have 35 likes at the moment. So I need 5 more likes so I can end the stream, guys. I want to end the stream now. So 5 more likes, then I'll end the stream. I'll see you guys later today for the watch along that we have, guys. So let's get the likes to 40, guys. 4 more likes to go. I want us to get the likes to 40. So if you're on the stream and you're yet to like and subscribe to Noble's View, the only way you can support us now is by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. That way YouTube gets to push our channel further to a bigger audience. So please support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing as well. I'll be going live later today for the Tottenham game against Brighton and Chelsea against Man United at Stamford Bridge later today. These are going to be clutch games, especially the Chelsea-Man United games, because United and Chelsea are fighting for Champions League places. Chelsea are 6th, while United are 3rd on the league table. So it's going to be interesting. So guys, thank you very much for the support. I'll be ending the stream now. Yeah, I'll see you all later today for the live watch along between Tottenham Hotspur versus Brighton and Chelsea versus Man United. So don't forget to like and subscribe to Noble's View, guys. Peace out. I'll see you all later this evening. Bye.